Hello. Hi. We're trying this holder setup again. It doesn't like me at the best of times, but see, it's doing it again. I don't know what it is that it doesn't like. I can't figure out. I'm so confused. Anyway, as I was saying, well, I don't know if I was saying, it's Monday. Hi, if you're new here. Every Monday is a manic Monday in my life. What time are we at? Time check, it's 4:10. I've just been in the Moscow coffee shop in Sturton, if you know Sturton, doing a literal power hour, because that's all the time I had, but they close at 4, so I got kicked out. But I was kind of panicking because I wanted to get something for Kirsty and Gary, who are in the gym, and as I was paying, I just thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I will get myself, no, that's a lie, I will get Kirsty a gift voucher for in there, because she goes in there for like coffee and some snacks and stuff. And then I'm like, what the hell am I going to get Gary? I could technically get him something maybe tomorrow morning, but I would rather just get him something now so it's done, and in case he comes in tonight. I'm now thinking I'm just going to get him a voucher for Forgotten Worlds, which is like the collectibles and geek shop that's up there, because he likes that kind of thing. So I'm going to go in and have a little look when I get back up here, and then I'm going to try training for the first time in, I think, could be about 2 weeks. I've not really been into my training recently, and then also because of this whole cold and everything that's been working on me, I've just not felt like doing it. But I do want to train today, so I'm going to give it a go. I've got a sort of different push session to try today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to go too mental though, because I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I am still a bit run down and not quite 100%. But the general rule of thumb, if you're interested, is that anything from like the neck up, you're generally fine. So if you've got like a headache, if you've got a bit of a head cold, you're okay. If it's anything from the neck down, so if you've got any sort of chest issues, stomach issues, anything like that, it's generally advised that you give it a miss. I'm actually not very hungry either. I mean, it is good because this whole new gut protocol that I'm on, I'm meant to be eating every like 4 or so hours anyway, but I was due to eat, technically the 4 hours would have been about 2:30, but I just ended up, I was a bit cheeky, I had a Rocky Road when I was in the coffee shop. It's so good, they do the best Rocky Roads. And I'm going to I've got some of my oats there that I'll have shortly when we stop. I'm definitely on wind down mode now. I shouldn't really be. I was doing like some email scheduling and stuff when I was in the coffee shop, and I've got a couple of like some bits that I want to finish tomorrow. But then that is me definitely out of office, as it were, for the next couple of weeks. I also took some orders to the depot this morning. I've mentioned a few times on here, but sometimes the kindness of people just absolutely blows me away. So I got home, and I'm presuming it must have been Billy down the stairs has obviously packed it up. I don't know if he's been left on my doorstep, but this was sitting on my stairs, and there's like nothing on the written on the tag, which is handy because I can reuse the bag. But it's basically a little card and it's from Deborah at Flourish Facials, and it says, "Thank you so much for your support collaboration with Flourish. I hope you have a fab Christmas New Year, Deborah." And she's got me a beautiful vegan leather Aries journal, and yes, I know, and a lovely little candle from Sorori's aromatherapy. That's what I mean, like, and that's all just, that must be about the... What are you doing?
Make me a cup of tea, so made you one, because I put the cow's milk in one instead of milk.
Oh, you sorry, girl. She was keeping my seat. I wasn't allowed to sit there because that's Anna's seat. No, it's Anna's seat. Anna's seat.
She's so funny. Do you like her? She's putting babies
And
in the laundry basket. Face down.
It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
That's the fanciest BBC I've seen so far.
That's it.
Is she just drinking the milk?
Yeah.
Was it hot?
No, it's cold milk to cool that down, but there's no space in there. I want to pour this milk in here. No, I want to drink it out.
Hello. Happy Christmas Eve, if you are into that. As you might have gathered, I am not. I'm not like the Grinch. I think I've mentioned this in previous vlogs, but I just don't feel it. And if I'm honest, I think there's a lot of people who are feeling like that, but they just would never want to admit it for fear of being judged by other people. As is often the case, we care far too much about what people think. And actually, funnily enough, the audiobook that I'm listening to right now is the... Can I get around here? Is by Mel Robbins, and it's called the Let Them Theory. And initially I was a bit like, when I saw that she came out with a book, I was like, how could she make a full book out of basically just saying, let people get on with whatever they want to do, stop people pleasing, and that's it. Because that is a lot of what this is about. But it's actually really interesting, and it's the idea that you, as the name suggests, you just have to let people do whatever they want to do, because whether that's act in a certain way, react in a certain way, because the only person or thing that you can control is your own actions, your own reaction, your own response, and so on. But there's also this thing she talks about, so there's like let them, but then also let me. So that relates to how you respond to certain things. So she stresses the importance of, if you are somewhere or in a situation and you feel really uncomfortable or whatever, you are totally within your own rights just to remove yourself from that situation. Which sometimes I need to hear. A lot of the time, I was talking to my hairdresser Cheryl. I got my hair like trimmed earlier on and it feels very short. I know it's not short, but I was talking to my hairdresser Cheryl about the fact, like, she was saying that she's a Libra and she really struggles with decision making. And normally I would say that I struggle with decision making, but I realised that a lot of the time I know what I want to do, but I'm very much I feel like I need validation from other people rather than just making a decision and going with it and being okay with that I have made this decision. I realise that I do something and then I always want someone to tell me that it's okay. So that's another thing for me to work on in 2026. Not even in 2026. I am not one for New Year's resolutions, but I am very much, because that is me officially slammed the laptop shut for the year. Oh, angel number. I intend to take this time that I am properly off to really like go inward, really figure out what I want from this coming year or period, like as of now. I'm not gonna be like, right, everything starts on the 1st of January as a lot of people do. It's just gonna start whenever I decide it starts. And a big focus for me is definitely going to be on my nervous system regulation, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I have not been regulated. I was actually, before I come out there, I was writing down my like 12 month, 3 year and 5 year, what's that, 12, 36 and 60 month goals for White Rabbit with the help of ChatGPT, because again, goal setting is something I'm not very good at, and I have learned that that's also linked to neurodivergence. Don't ask me why, I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but long story short, it is. And yeah, basically it is going to be drilling down on resting, nervous system regulation, and because you can't manifest from a dysregulated place. And one of my new North Star metric that I am going to start focusing on is every single day tracking like the previous day's orders. And so I set up like the tracker spreadsheet for that. So the goal for the next like 12 months is going to be to have like a baseline average of 8 orders a day. And there's lots of other bits. I printed it out and I've also put them in my notes app so I can look at it when I need reminders. But the kind of overarching goal is to move from being in a frantic state of panic, always having to react rather than respond or plan, and into a place where it's not founder led anymore. I want to have, by year 5 anyway, I want to have, as ChatGPT put it, a small but mighty team. I'm also very aware that I'm going to have to really properly retire my mum soon, because she's really struggling with the arthritis in her hand, like her left hand. Sometimes she can't move it or use it at all, and it's been a bit of a sobering / awakening experience for me, because I realise that I do take what she does for White Rabbit with the orders and things for granted. That'll need to change in that respect. I remember the last time I spoke to like Les and Lorraine when I had my call with them, and prior to that Lorraine had emailed me, and when I was saying like how I felt like I was struggling and I was on the verge of burnout and whatever, she had said, I think you should maybe even consider just taking the whole of January off. And right now, the way I feel about, you know, like money and, or just the way that my nervous system is around rest and things, that is not an option for me. It's literally not an option, because I don't have the funds to fall back on to just do nothing for a month, like to completely shut down. But that's the kind of thing that I want to work towards. And then I have to think, like, what am I going to do? Because the business just does focus on me for absolutely everything in terms of making the products and whatever. What am I going to do if I ever start a family? Like, what, am I going to have a baby and then like the next week be making products? It's just not, it's not practical right now. But I do just need these next couple of weeks to shut down, to do things like properly enjoy reading my book. Like, I'm probably going to finish it today actually, because I'm on my way to mum and dad's right now. But I've got my book with me. I'm reading Quicksilver by Callie Hart, and it is outstanding. Like, I wish I'd read it when everyone else was on it, but of course naturally I was late to the jumping on the bandwagon. And I just want to spend my time getting engrossed in these stories that I love so much, watching films, not worrying. So we'll see how that goes.
Definitely right.
Now there's a surprise.
I feel this is where we could have a secret party up here. No one would know.
Yeah, what we need is like a little bench seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at one
Yeah.
time I was
Come on, let's go to
thinking
the
of-
mail before the closes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But one time I was going to put a wee seat up here. Remember that?
Yes.
I can't
No,
remember.
You can't go 0.5 because my thing's all
Oh,
smart.
yeah.
And now it's a piece. No, I need my
Spinball.
Spoon bell!
spoon bowl.
Oh,
Mel, you're not in it.
oh, wait till wait.
You're not in it either.
We're out looking at Christmas lights. Was Santa good to you, Mum?
Hello. Santa was very good to me.
Oh, it's Papa Bear.
Hello.
Whose favourite? Yeah. Are you recording? You are recording. Good morning. It's Boxing Day, but I'm officially over the Christmas hype. I mean, I wasn't in any Christmas hype for me to then get over. But you know what I mean. Why are you not following my face? Start.
Turn left, then turn left.
Oh good, you're following me now, that's good. So I have just been to...
Turn left towards Queen's Drive, A735.
the Costa and the Odeon. Turns out I had a free one. Love that for me.
50
And
yards at the roundabout.
I am on my way to Ayr because I still haven't spent my Waterstones vouchers that the lovely Michelle gifted me. And of course it is a Boxing Day sale, and I am desperate to get my hands on Brimstone
In 50
by
yards
Callie Hart,
at the Queen's Drive,
which
A735.
is the follow-up book to Quicksilver, which I was
300
obsessed
yards
with.
at the roundabout.
If I could recommend any book out of all the books I've written out of all the books I've read this year, it would be Quicksilver. And I have to say sorry to Zayden from Fourth Wing, but Kingfisher is my new book boyfriend. Oh my goodness. He's like, if I could describe him as
In a
anything,
quarter of a mile at the roundabout.
He is
Continue straight to stay on Queen's Drive.
a shadow daddy.
A735.
but has the temperament and the gruffness and the sassiness of Tairn from Fourth Wing, who's the dragon in Fourth Wing. And I love Tairn, if you didn't know. I have him tattooed on me and everything. Anyway, so I've decided that you can hear obviously the Google Maps, because I've decided to park. Normally when I go to Ayr, if you know Era Park and the car park that's just behind Morrison's. But I decided that I'm going to park down at the seafront in Ayr, and I figure it'll be a nice little, I think it's about a 15-20 minute walk into town, but I figured it'll be nice because it's a beautiful day, if you can see. So that is my thinking, and then I'll just have a little browse in the bookshop. I'm so excited. And then I need to get, after that, I'll decide what I'm doing, but I need to definitely get cat food because I ran out of Jack's cat food. And I was having to give him just whatever old ones, or ones that he doesn't normally like, in the cupboard. Wasn't very happy about that. And then I'll probably end up round at Mum and Dad's house, because Nicola and Garth and the baby are still here until tomorrow. That's the plan. Oh, my hair's went a bit frizzy. It's giving Hagrid. Only been here 2 minutes, but I've got that.
What one? Yeah. Where's Daddy?
That awkward moment when you meet someone that you used to hate. Well, I didn't really meet her. I was in a espresso cart there, and it was absolutely jam-packed. And I was talking to a woman, Laura, that I used to be in Entrepreneurial Spark with. And then I was aware, as I was in the queue, of this other couple coming in. And basically it turns out that it was a woman. So in between times when I was kind of moving from working to doing White Rabbit skincare full time, I had left my job at Ingeus, which was like a welfare to work company, to because I couldn't take, because I was doing reception, I could only do like minimum of 4 days. I couldn't do any less than that because they needed reception cover, obviously. So because I was in Entrepreneurial Spark, I had met this person who had like a sales company. Why is this like this? Wait a minute, what's going on? Who had like a, I wonder if I could put you in without you freaking out. Even who had a sales company doing like events and stuff, and I ended up going to work for her very, very briefly because I thought that'll give me a bit more flexibility. It was in the same building that Entrepreneurial Spark was in, blah 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 blah, but it didn't work out, shall we say. And I just remember it was just before Christmas 2016, and basically she fired me, and I think she thought that it was going to be this big drama and I'd be absolutely devastated, but I actually burst out laughing because she was crying and everything. But I actually burst out laughing and I gave her a big hug and I said, do you know what, you have actually helped the universe make this decision for me, because I've been swithering for so long about what to do about White Rabbit. Like, when was I going to go? I was always waiting for the right time, quote unquote, to go full time, blah blah blah, and that was that. But I literally think that has been the first time that I have seen her since that time. there's my story ended. Anyway, I'm heading round to Mum and Dad's, hoping that Nicola and Blaine and Garth are still there. Now that I've finished Quicksilver, I'm listening to the Fantasy Fangirls.
So, close your eyes, picture the scene, just you and me alone.
Fantasy Fangirls podcast coverage of it, which is terribly exciting. Wow. Peanut. Pineapple here on point. Anyway, I'm just sat here editing the vlog. But, of course, I was then doom scrolling and I found this girl's page, and long story short, she basically makes embroidered jumpers. But she is posting about how she went from 1k, I'm presuming like in a year, to 4.5 million. And I'll be honest, my initial thought was jealousy and resentment and whatever. But I'm now trying to look at it as, if she can do it with embroidered jumpers, then why can't I do it with my skincare? We're trying to change the mindset here.
That's why you're the captain. So smart. I know what to do.
Hello, I am just on to sign this one off. I am getting into bed. It's only 9:10, but feel really tired, and I really need to get out of the bad habit of going to sleep at like midnight, 1 o'clock. Not intentionally, it's just my body's got into this rhythm, and then I've been sleeping until about 10, which isn't ideal for when I start back in the new year. So I'm just going to get into bed. I am reading, I don't know if I told you, but I finished Quicksilver, which I am high-key obsessed with. And I am currently... don't know why I didn't even shout Alexa. That's weird. I'm now reading When the Moon Hatched, which I'm quite enjoying. It's more like high fantasy, I would say, so in the same kind of leagues as your like Game of Thrones and that kind of thing. And luckily there is a glossary at the front. Because I keep having to, I'm glad I'm reading it as a book and not on my Kindle, because I keep having to flip back and forth. But yeah, I just want to get into bed and read and start again tomorrow. I've just felt a bit anxious-y today. I've started a special offer on the White Rabbit website for, like, if you spend over £50 worth, you get £10 off, because the orders have been really low again and I'm just a bit worried. And I've noticed that even loads of businesses online or on socials who did the Black Friday thing, but then they've also done like Christmas and Boxing Day sales and things. And I didn't do a Boxing Day sale because, well, obviously Black Friday was such a big event. But I just feel like I need to do something, so I'm running that until basically midnight on Hug My Knee, which I'm not doing anything for, by the way, and I hate New Year's Eve. I've not done anything in the past few years and I'm perfectly happy with that. But yeah, I'm just going to get into bed. Mum and I are... There's a feather on my... What's a feather? You can't see it. There's a feather on my blanket. Presuming it must have come out of one of the pillows. Although I have been finding feathers everywhere. I found one in the gym the other day. Mum wants to go out and look for new dining room table chairs for her, but I also want to look for a bookcase so that I've got somewhere to put all my books when I finally do my book haul. So I've basically got, 3 days, because I'm determined to get it done before the end of this year. So watch this space, people. But anyway, I'm signing this one off, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.